Hi, honeys. It's Michelle. I'm here today to do a different kind of video. I'm going to show you my rosary collection. Now, you don't have to be a Catholic or you don't have to be religious to watch this. Some people just think rosaries are pretty. Others of you might be here to look at the rosaries, and there might be other people here that want to hear about some of my family history. It depends on which thing you were searching for when you found this video. I'm going to start with the older rosaries and some of the older memorabilia that I have. And then I will move into the rosaries that I have got in my lifetime. So when I was a little girl, my mom gave me this jewelry box, and it had some items in it that she had put in it, kind of like a little hope chest, throughout her childhood and teen years. And I have since filled it up with rosaries. I started collecting rosaries as a child, and I still do, even though I don't consider myself a Catholic anymore. I still love rosaries. And part of why I love them so much is they're a part of my family history. I have quite a few rosaries from my mother's side of the family. This particular branch of the family, they moved here from England in May of 1881. So I'll start with my mother. My mother saved her rosary for me, and it was in my box. And it's in very good condition because it's had its own box all these years. She got this when she was a little girl. So I would say she probably got this in the 1950s. Isn't she cute, though? There's got to be a picture of my mom up there right now. Somewhere up here, I probably put a picture. Then I have my grandma Rosemary's rosary. And this is also her necklace that I'm wearing, this locket, which I love. But this is her rosary that she gave me. I should probably clean this one. It's a little bit older. Now, she was born in 1927 in Long Island, New York. And I don't know how long she had this rosary. I don't know if she got it in her youth or if she got it later on. It looks like it's had quite a bit of love over the years. Then we have my grandpa Joseph. He was born in 1923 in St. Paul, Minnesota. And this is his rosary. And this one also, well, they all have a lot of wear and tear except for mine because I just collect them. I don't really use them anymore like I used to. But this one, it looks like it's just plastic beads. But you can tell he really used this a lot over the years. Then I have my great grandma's rosary. And her name was Mary Agnes. And this one looks like it's made out of plastic as well. She was born in 1883, also in St. Paul, Minnesota. In this picture, in the back, is my grandma in the middle with her 4 brothers next to her. And 2 of those brothers were priests. And I want to mention this because I'm going to show you some of their items as well. One was named Charles, and he was a year old when they arrived in the U.S. And then there was Frederick, and Frederick was 7 when they arrived in the U.S. And I don't know which one had these items, so I'm just going to, it was one of my great uncles. So I've got this, which my grandpa had his whole, well, one of them gave this to my grandpa, and then he gave it to me. And then I actually don't know who these belong to, if they were my They look really old, but I'm not sure. One says, S. Simon Stock, pray for us. And the other says, Our Lady of Mount Carmichael, pray for us. But I don't know how old they are or whose those were. Then I've got this little rosary here. I think you could use this as, it's got a pin right here, so I guess you could pin it on your clothes, or if you have a small enough wrist, you could wear it as a bracelet. I'm not sure. This looks really old as well. I think you would just pin this onto your shirt and then use it if you wanted to pray during the day. And then one of the two uncles, great uncles that was a priest, this was his rosary, and this one is sterling silver. I need to clean it, but isn't that pretty though? Now I'm going to move into the rosaries that are mine. What's funny is I don't think I still have my first rosary. I don't remember what happened to it or where it is or anything, which is very weird since I collect them. But the earliest one I remember getting, it's actually two of them. My mom bought these for me in 1989. It was the day of the huge earthquake that happened in California. My stepdad and my grandparents and her all went to this church that had a gift shop, and she bought me these rosaries. And they got just over the bridge that completely collapsed and killed a bunch of people about 15 minutes before the earthquake after getting these rosaries, which is just kind of a wild story to me. Like, I remember buying this one. It's this real cheesy, cheap wood one that I bought. It's some kind of a state fair or something because it matched this bracelet that I have. This one I actually got in Tijuana. I thought it was really pretty. It was handmade by one of the artisans that works on the side of the road in Tijuana. This one I bought. I love tiger's eye. And then the rest of these my mom bought for me. My mom travels a lot and she likes to buy me rosaries on her travels since I collect them. And originally I didn't keep them, but now I'm keeping where they were from. So a couple of them I don't know, but the other ones I do, if that makes sense. So it's got kind of a pearlescent finish on it. Really pretty. This one has a little box in it and it says May on it. I was born in May. So this one is one of those birthstone rosaries. Oh, it broke. That's bizarre. I don't know how it broke, but this is the May rosary that she got me. This is probably one of my favorites. She got me this one. It's a ladder rosary. There's a bunch of different kinds of rosaries, but this one is a ladder rosary. And I just think it's so pretty and beautiful. I love the clear beads on it. I love how shiny they are. I like how when you hold them up to the light, you can see different colors. They almost kind of look like crystal, the beads on here. Then I've got this one that I love. It's so pretty. It's from Bath Abbey in England. And we do have some ancestors buried at Bath Abbey, which is really cool. My mom was able to go and see that in person. But these are really beautiful beads. It's a really nicely made rosary. And this last one is from Rome. It's also another really pretty one. Okay, look at this. It looks like it's actually modeled after wood, where so many of them don't look like they're made out of wood. Isn't that pretty? This is another one where, depending on how you hold it up to the light, it looks like it's different colors. I love it. It's so pretty. Well, that is it. That's all of my rosaries. What did you think? Some of them are obviously very old. Some of them are probably from the late 1800s, or maybe, I think a couple of them might be from the early 1900s. So about 100 years old, probably a couple of them. And then some of them are well over 50 years old. And then the ones that I've had throughout my life are obviously not quite as old. But let me know if you enjoyed this kind of video. Do you want to hear more family history kind of videos? Would you like to see more of my collections? I have a few different collections I could show you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or night. I love you. Bye.